Yo, what is up? This is AOR Switchback here with Prospects eRacing League presented by Sports Illustrated. This is the America's Tier 2 division. This will be round 9 at Portugal, the Portimao circuit. We're going to have a short qualifying and a 50% race. This track is 15 turns at 4.65 kilometers. Normally it'd be 66 laps, but we are doing a 50%, so it'd be 33 laps. It's an easy soft to medium or medium to soft, and let's hope for no rain. Make sure nobody did the rain dance today. I know I have been racing in a bunch of leagues, a bunch of races, and it seems it's been like 4 or 5 races in a row for me for rain, so I would love to have no more rain. So as we get started here, a look at the standings here. Standings are starting to tighten up at the top. So after round 8 at Bahrain, we have Bubbers 420 still in the lead in the Red Bull with 211, followed by TD Silva in second place with 189, and Guitar Man in third with 174, Ped Boy in fourth with 159 points, and Bishop's Finger will round out the top 5 with 112 points. So that is how it is shaking up here. At the America's Tier 2 division. So we'll jump on with, I hope I say it right and don't butcher this name, Laquito Jaja, the Alfa Romeo driver here. So this is a pretty quick track. It's got some medium to high speed corners here. It's excellent entertainment with a technical mix of fast and slow corners that includes some massive gradient changes. The Algarve circuit is certainly one of the most interesting in Europe, that is for sure. So coming around the last corner, we'll just go ahead and ride this lap out since the Alfa Romeo driver will be the first across the start finish. So the braking zone for turn 1 travels downhill quickly before the circuit is going to head through the medium to high speed right-hander, and turn 2 is just about flat out for most cars before the hairpin of turn 3. And then turn 4 is one of the most interesting at the circuit as it heads up over a blind crest that can cause some oversteer. You got to be very careful. Then we head down a short straight again into a downhill braking zone before the left-hand hairpin of turn 5, and turn 6 is a flat out again. Here we go. Before the quick right-hand corner of turn 7. And braking into turn 8 at Portimao is definitely tricky as the car is still turning from the previous corner, but if you roll off the brakes and carry a lot of speed into the apex, you can carry a lot of speed into the apex and up the corner. After a steep hill, the Algarve circuit once again falls away into a fast and brave turn 9 where good vision is critical. Going to race again uphill to the extremely technical section of turns 10 and 11. It's important to watch for these blind apexes. And then after hooking up the apex of turn 11, the circuit moves downhill to the apex of the fast turn 12 before moving uphill once again to the left hand hairpin of turn 13. Be careful on the outside of the circuit here as the circuit falls away. Then we're going to move the car back to the left side of the circuit before tackling the technically difficult turn 14. It's off camber, so it's not possible to carry as much speed into the apex as you expect. And then finally, got the fast, undaunting high-speed right-hander of turn 15 before we hit the start straight finish, being able to hit the DRS. So as I read through that, we've got 9 cars that have been able to put a lap down. And let's go through them. As Leclerc, the other Alfa Romeo driver, in a few races, has come back on the softs and went fastest with a 1:18.7, followed by Bishop's Fingers, put in a fast 1:19.0 on the medium tire. Then we have who we was riding with, the other Alfa Romeo driver, Laquita Jaja, with a 1:19.1 on the softs. And then Bubbers goes fastest with a 1:17.8 on the soft tire. That moved Leclerc down to P2, Bishops to P3, and Laquito down to P4. And then Estrada Bad Boy is in P5 with a 1:19.4 on the softs. Tilmo is in P6 with a 1:19.820, and Felipe Daz in P17 also has a 1:19.8, but his is a 5.6. And we have the Doberman, who has a 1:19.9, who just pulled into the pits. Be Lucid, his teammate, is in P9 with a 1:20.3. Ped Boy has put in a 1:20.5 in P10. Burton, coming down to race from Tier 1, has a 1:25.7, and then we're waiting on the Mad Menace and Silva to put in some laps here. We have a yellow. Looks like he's okay there. Have a car stopped on track. It is Bubbers. Don't know exactly what happened there. I think he's just moving out of the way for faster traveling cars there. And it looks like we have one of the... No, he's just moving over as well. Tom Bishop's Finger is off course. Get the Red Bull back going again. Oh, I just seen Burton, and he is spinning, and into the gravel he goes. But he has went third fastest, and then there goes Silva. As he's on his outlap, spins right around the same corner. That is a very tricky corner as you're turning the car and you're trying to slow it down and then go uphill, and Silva again, and he crashes out on his outlap in the Aston Martin. He is out of qualifying. That is definitely unfortunate. PD Silva, as he's fighting for the Drivers' Championship here, that is definitely not what you want, is starting from the back of the grid when your rivals more than likely be up front. This other... I think that's already the Martin there. Player's on the outlap here on the medium tire, so he should come around to start his lap fresh. So we'll go ahead and ride on with the Alfa Romeo driver here. And yes, it will start, so we'll ride downhill on this fast right-hander of turn 1 and turn 2. Turn 2's flat out as you come into turn 3. Hairpin, upshift real quick. 4th gear as you come up this kind of a blind corner as you come uphill, then back downhill to a hairpin. Got to brake a little bit earlier than you would because it is downhill as you come around the hairpin. Now this is a fast right-hander. You can take it wide open, I do believe, flat out in 6th. And this is a very tricky corner here. If you double shift up to 5th, you are able to get a little bit better traction there. Corner here is flat out right-hander, and as you're downshifting, trying to get the car to rotate and brake and turn all at the same time, you're asking a lot of the car there. A little bit of a tricky corner here. You can't carry as much corner as you want, speed as you want in the corner, because it is a kind of a off-camber corner. But you can take that wide open up the hill. DRS crosses the finish line. One Leclerc is going to go 118.2. No, did he improve? Not sure. Aston Martin trying to get out of the way. I believe that would be C. Martin. Didn't invalidate there. No, he didn't. 10th and a half below his time here. So Leclerc's got to get a little bit of a move on. A fast right-hander. You can take it at 6 as he does. That tricky corner. This is apex just slightly. Take this flat out, turn the car downshift and try to catch that apex off at the same time. Short shift to 4th, 5th, coming through the corners for brakes. Now to swing it out and touch, and I think he's backed out. Yeah. He validated. He's going to be running mediums. We're going to go ahead and ride with him. We'll go ahead and finish his lap off and see if he's going to beat his time so he can start on the medium tire. And he does, as he goes 6th fastest with a 119.389 for the AlphaTauri driver. Good lap. Estrada Bad Boy is going to be starting his lap here. Starting a new lap as well. Admetis is on a lap, so we'll go ahead and follow with the McLaren driver here. Yellow's in sector 2, but I believe it's just drivers trying to get out of the way. Nobody's made any errors and put it into the barriers. Coming off this last fast sweeping. This is a fun corner here, and it's just flat out, and it's uphill, hitting the DRS. Matt Metis is going to go P9 with a 119.975, so not a bad lap there from the McLaren driver. Vicious Finger's going to come across the line again on false. 3.6 seconds behind. And Burton's going to go 2nd fastest with a 118.0. His slots in right behind Bubbers. A little less than 2/10 there. Yeah, Estrada Bad Boy is half a tenth behind this time here. That would be starting his lap. Both the Haas drivers will come out simultaneously. Have a Ferrari that's coming. Baron moves out of the way. He does. Very good job. I think that would be Ped Boy. I think he's the only Ferrari driver. That Liquito Chacha, if that is not exactly how you say it, please let me know. I definitely want to anybody's name no justice here. All season long, this has definitely been a fun division to watch here. We've had 4 drivers Bubbers and Head Boy, TD Silva, and unfortunately Guitar Man have all put on a show. Top 4 in the Drivers' Championship, so I'm sure it will go down to the last race for sure. Player has invalidated, unfortunately. Bishop's finger's going to go back out as he's on the softs now. He was on the mediums. I mean, top 5 on the mediums. I probably would have stayed there, Bishop's finger. Pole. We'll go ahead and stay on with the Red Bull driver. Takes the final corner. No, he's going directly into the pits here. Out lap. Now this is actually on a lap, the Alpine driver, and he's up. Yes, as I've been looking at several track guides, since this one is new to me, just making sure we get the right one, because it looks like this one can be manipulated into different sections of the track, just like some other tracks have different routes or routes in it, in the track. Different track layouts, this one can as well. So we can make it with 16 turns, but this layout will have 15. So as we come down to the last 15 seconds of qualifying, Bubbers is still holding P1 with 117.8, and he is up on his time. Burton is in front of him. I guess we're going to see. Claire is already retired, so he's going to stay P3 unless somebody can top him. So C. Burton, he will go to the pole. Provisional pole as of now till Bubbers crosses. They are both into the 117s, mid 117s, very fast from both drivers, as Bubbers has got him by, I won't say just under 2/10. As Bubbers puts in a 117.5, C. Burton put in a 117.7 on P2. Leclerc's got a 118.255. Up some laps here as Liquido has put it into the barriers, or spun at least. Doesn't look like there's any damage, but that will mess up his lap. Up. And we're way behind his time, so I'm imagining he had backed out. And Felipe Daza still putting in. See where he's going to go. He's P10. Proves his time, but not his position. Stays P10. Backed out, so they are finished. Bishop's finger is still coming. As he comes across the line, he's P4. Improves his time, but not his position. He will stay P4. I think that's going to do it for qualifying. Felt like a very quick qualifying, that's for sure. Looks like we should have an exciting race. As in the America's Tier 1 division last night, it was a dry quali and a full wet race, so we didn't get a chance to a dry, soft to medium, medium soft. So it's going to be new to me as far as what's going to be better. And anytime you go soft, medium, medium, soft, I would imagine the alternate strategy would have to be super powerful. But we will definitely see when the race gets started. I'm excited to see which strategy. Definitely like to say, if you can stay like Leclerc, who's in P3, or Pedboy, who's in P5, if they could stay with those top soft drivers here, they can stay with them. They'll have the faster tire at the end. So at the end of quali, Bubbers is going to get pole by just 2.7 tenths, followed by Burton in P2, Leclerc in P3, Bishop's Finger in P4, Pedboy P5, Estrada Bad Boy P6, Liquida Jaja P7, Tilmo P8, Be Lucid P9, Felipe Diaza, and round out the top 10 with the Doberman 57 and P11, the Mad Medicine P12, and TD Silva, who unfortunately crashed out, will round out the final spot P13 on the grid. Right back as soon as the drivers select their strategy and load. So as we ride along with Bubbers on the formation lap, I want to thank all our viewers for watching. Beautiful round 9, Portimao in Portugal. A very fun track to drive. It's got a nice flow. It's kind of like the Netherlands. It's got a good flow to it. I don't know, I kind of feel like France might be there with one of those medium to high speed, just flowing track, kind of medium to high speed corners. Very fun track. A few difficult corners here, like that corner there that they just pressed through. Not sure exactly. That turn 4 that is tricky too. It's that kind of sweeping left uphill blind apex. Yeah, very, very tricky. I believe that's going to be turn 8. Probably going to give some trouble, if any, out of the corners here at Circuit de Portimao. That's for sure. Turn 8 will be tricky. That's where Silva spun. All the drivers take it easy. It's good to go in. You can go in 4th gear if you want, but a short shift to 5th, even if you go in at 3rd, short shift to 5th to dull the power, give you better traction. So Bubbers, Pedboy, and Silva are top 3 out of the 4 in the Drivers' Championships. Unfortunately, we're missing Guitar Man, who was definitely there in the fight. There's not but one race left after this, so definitely got to be in every one. But here we go at Circuit de Portimao as the lights, 5 lights, are out, and go, go, go. And go they will. And a heck of a start by Burton as he jumps Bubbers. Followed by Leclerc, then Bishop's Finger, then Estrada Bad Boy. But Leclerc is going to pick up a 3-second time penalty already, which is not good. Looks like everybody has gotten away just fine so far. Burton got a heck of a start from P2 in the Aston Martin. Here we come around that dangerous turn 8. Little sideways by Leclerc, gets a little swirly. Like I was saying, you've got to watch it at just sweeping right hand going up the hill and trying to brake. You're asking a lot of the car all at one time. Really doesn't like it. Come out of the last swoop. Well, we're coming into the last corner now, turn 15. Gonna hit the front straight as Burton goes super defensive as he's got bubbers all over his gearbox. Going down into turn 1 through here, there's really nothing you can do. You're gonna have to sit in line. So we got the Red Bulls sitting 2 and 3. So as far as the constructors there, they are looking very good to pick up some big points. So after got a good couple of laps in, we'll go ahead and see who the big winners and big losers are as far as position change. And the first one that jumps out at me is the Mad Menace and the McLaren. Jumped up 4 positions. Uh-oh. Now Tilmo. Now it looks like Bishop's Finger is spun. Yes, he has. Bishop's Finger, he has spun as he was in P3 right behind his teammate, and that is unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. And all of a sudden, since his spin, he's going to be the one that's going to be the big loser. He's fell 9 positions now to dead last at P13. So back up front, we got going to be the Burton and Bubber show as they have taken off. We have a spin again. Going to be Bishop's Finger, excuse me, and I'm sure that's from, definitely going to be from his tire still probably being hot. When you spin, you got to be mindful that your tires are going to be probably overheated and they'll have no grip, so you have to go slow. You can't just get back on and go slam it in the next corner. It's not going to stick. So we have these two. Then Leclerc is actually not looking bad. He's only 2.9 seconds behind on the medium, so we'll be looking good if he can keep touch with the top 2. Does have that 3-second penalty, which is unfortunate, which is going to hamper his race just a tad. And Estrada Bad Boy, he needs to get a move on it because he does have a medium runner in front of him. And you have the Doberman, who is put it into the gravel. That dangerous P8, I told you it's probably going to be troublesome for some drivers. And we have another one. Estrada bad boy here. No, it was Burton. Burton has made a mistake. Burton has made an unfortunate error. There's going to be a virtual safety car. If the pet boy is going to, he's going to dive into the pets here. Let's take a look, see what tire he decides to go to under the VSC. Will he go to the hards? Not sure that's the way to go right now. Not unless he has wing damage. And the Mad Menace is going to get a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. That's an unfortunate for Ped Boy getting damage. He unfortunately might have hit Burton if Burton spun. So Bubbers takes the lead. Blair still in touch. Moved up to P2. Now Tilmo now in the AlphaTauri is taking P3 on the medium tire, and the Mad Menace well, he was P4 till Burton just now got around him as they're still battling for this P4 here. Oh, and the Mad Menace goes over and hits Silva, and he's going to pick up a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Going to fall to 7th place as he rejoins the track. Unfortunate incident there. Now the Mad Menace is having to dive into the pits. Not sure exactly why. Doesn't look like he has wing damage on the front there. Oh, he has the drive-through. Taking his drive-through penalty. So Bubbers looks like he may have made an error because now Tilmo is only 1.9 seconds behind him. I wouldn't believe that the sauce would be dropping off. It's hitting a very abrasive track, believe it or not. That made the intermediates last in a wet race, a full 33 laps. So Tilmo's looking very good here, being on the medium tire and keeping touch with Bubbers in P1. Then when they switch at the end, Tilmo should have a distinctive tire advantage. Sector 2. Looks like everybody's okay, but we have Head Boy is all over the back of the Doberman here. Taking into this tricky corner here. This track just kind of dives away from you a little bit, a little off camber as we come into turn 15. Final corners, we hit the front straight. DRS is activated. So let's see if Pet Boy goes for the move. Yes, he will. Easy overtake going down into turn 1, and it is. So now Burton caught up with Tilmo, only 6/10 behind. Tilmo, I wouldn't fight too hard. Burton's on the faster tire. Slow you both down. And Tilmo, you're doing a very good job. Keep in touch with Bubbers there on the little bit harder compound. So looks like we have another incident with the Doberman in that turn 8 again. That is a tricky corner. As it looks like we got Be Lucid, Be Lucid and Bishop's Finger fighting it out for P7, and Bishop's Finger's on the inside. Oh no, Bishop's Finger takes that as Burton now takes a 3-second time penalty as one of the leading contenders probably for the win here. Just took a 3-second time penalty, which will hinder his race just a little bit. Now Bubbers is starting to dance off into the distance. Tilmo was only 1.9 seconds behind at one point. Now Burton, who is finally, oh, Burton's going to spin again, and is that dangerous? Turn 8. It is a tricky corner, and it's going to be an unfortunate corner for many. Now Burton has fell from P2. Luckily, he's only lost 2 positions, falling to P4 once he get the car gathered and going back the right way here. So as Bubbers goes across the start-finish line to complete lap 8, we'll go ahead and run through the running order here as Bubbers is in P1. Tilmo is back in P2 on the medium tires, only 5.8 seconds behind. There should be a crossover point coming at some time or another. The mediums will start to be a little bit faster. So we have Felipe Daza, or Diaza. He is in P3, the Alpine driver, followed by Burton, C. Burton in P4, TD Silva in P5. So that's Aston Martin. Oh, and he grabs up a 3-second time penalty. I'm going to say, as far as the Aston Martin constructor standings going, it looks like they could pick up a lot of points in P4 and P5. Claire is sitting in P6. Bishop's Finger and made his way all the way back up to P7 after making a couple of mistakes and finding himself in P13. So good recovery job so far from the Red Bull driver. Be Lucid in P8, the Mad Metis in P9, Pet Boy in P10, Laquito Chaja, sorry, in P11, Estrada Bad Boy in P12, and the Doberman 57 in P13. So back up front with Bubbers, who leads, now open the gap to 6 seconds over Tilmo. And now the Mad Metis is going to get a 10-second penalty. I'm sure it's that corner, or if you slide, you come through, and if you slide, it's going to send you across, and you're going to get the time penalty anyways. It's crazy. No, that's through turn. It's like turn 3 if you miss it, or 2. You slide across 3, they give you a time penalty. Yeah. So he's going to duck into the pits. Probably got wing damage. If we have any close battles here, we do have Leclerc, who's within DRS range of Silva. Come through turn 8 here, very tricky, and it's probably not any better with the dirty air from the car in front. But he is starting to close the gap. Sector 2, and it's Pet Boy. Again, that turn 8. Try to build the power and double shift up there, guys. Let's see if that helps. Around turn 13 here. Turn 14 as it definitely likes to dive away from you. Got a bad boy just found out. So we come around to turn 15 to head along the start-finish straight. Close enough, unfortunately, have DRS. Anybody? Jeff Burton can make his way back through the grid again. Laquito Chaja picks up another 3-second time penalty. Let's go ahead and take a look at the penalties here. Starting to add up on some drivers. Tilmo's got 3 of them. C. Burton has 3 seconds. Leclerc has 6 seconds. Silva has picked up 8 seconds now. Laquito Chaja picked up 6 seconds, and the Mad Metis has 10. now again, Sector 2 is Liquido. Found out turn 8. We'll just jump out and bite you. That's for sure. A very tricky corner indeed. So we got 9 through 13 has already taken one stop. So take a look at some position changes now. We have Felipe, who is moved up 7 positions for the Alpine driver, all the way up into P3 in the podium paying position. So very good drive from him. But look out and don't get comfortable now, as here comes Burton in the Aston Martin in P4. He is within striking distance. Go ahead and see what Burton can muster up. That wouldn't be great. And Felipe's going to pick up a 3-second for his troubles there. Burton, I believe, are being just a little bit too impatient. Just ride behind him and then you get the DRS on the front straight. Make it easy. Don't force anything. If you cross the line, you're going to have DRS, make an easy pass down the front straight, and now our leader giving up the lead, Bubbers, and jumped into the pits. And he's went on another set of softs. He gonna go soft, medium here? Oh. Definitely gonna have. So he's made one stop and went from softs again. So yeah, we'll see how some of these strategies start to play out. So as Bubbers gives up the lead, turned it over to Tilmo here. Back on the tires. Has a 5.6 second lead over Burton, who finally did get Felipe there. And it looks like Doberman again has found himself in the grass. And as fun as this track is to drive, and it does have a nice flow, it is very tricky. And now we have a battle here for 5th, as Bubbers is trying to come back to the front after he got the pit stop on pressure tires, as he's chomping at the gearbox of Silva as they go down the front straight. Should be a pretty straightforward pass here with DRS. That's exactly what it's going to be. Bubbers hold it going into the fast right-handers of 1 and 2 and into the hairpin of 3 here. And then very tricky turn 4. It's uphill, kind of a blind corner. It's not a blind apex, but a blind corner nonetheless. Down to turn 5 here, hairpin. Flat out turn 6, and you come hit this turn 7 at about 6 gear flat out, and then turn 8. Be very careful. Go down to about 3rd or 4th, but come out in 5th gear to dull that power. A very tricky corner. Reminds me of the, I believe it's what, turn 7 at Bahrain. It's that tricky left-hander though. It goes the opposite way as it wants to kind of sweep left, and that's at the Doberman again off the side of the track there as he gets lapped. With some very tricky track, and wow, what a pass there that Leclerc did. What a move that he did on Felipe. Felipe's going to get a 5-second penalty for his troubles of going into the pit lane there, which he shouldn't have. As now Bubbers just resets the fastest lap with a 1:19.756. Bubbers will now move into P3. Ilmo still leads. Be able to extend his stint since he is on the medium tire and go pretty deep. Bishop's Finger and Silva, and now Estrada Bad Boy are all on the hard tire, so they're planning on going to the end of this thing unless there's a safety car. Might kind of shake things up a bit, and Be Lucid as well. It's going to go ahead and jump on those those hard compound tires here, excuse me. Doberman has beached it again in the grass. Back up front, Tilmo still leads. Alpha Tauri driver, Honda powered Alpha Tauri, doing very well. Bubbers resets the fastest lap, but he does have the freshest, softest compound on. Burton, 14 laps now on the softs. Going on in Sector 3, looks like everything is fine. Do you have any battles, or is anybody spread out here? Go through the grid, looks everybody spread out, except for these two. As Double M, the McLaren driver here, is all over the back of Laquito. He is within DRS. Maybe. Yes, he's going to be just within it. Coming down this front straight should help him. Doberman has retired in the pit. The Haas driver just struggled the whole time, unfortunately, to keep it on the track. Now our race leader, Tilmo, now coming to the pits, but what tire will he go to? Seen a pair of mediums for the Aston Martin driver, and now Tilmo's going to go to the softs, and he's going to give up the lead to Bubbers. But I would think Tilmo would go to the rest of the race. And Bubbers are going to have to come in one more time and put on the medium tire. Going to have to come in at least one more time. So now Ped Boy's going to go by Burton, and Burton will come out in 4th place on the medium tire, so I don't think he will have to pit again either. And Felipe, for his troubles, pick up another 3-second time penalty. So we'll see some of these drivers' strategies, see how they pan out. As Bad Menace gets by Be Lucid there. There was an obvious tire advantage. Soft compared to the hards, and the soft will win any day of the week. Be Lucid has DRS. Can he fight back going into turn 1? There's just not enough track. Mad Mattis will hold on, and we have a car off Sector 1 trying to catch up with it. It is Laquito, and he has lost his front wing. It is completely gone. The Alfa Romeo driver. And then there's Be Lucid as he is spun. Have two drivers finding difficulties here. I don't know if Be Lucid has any damage. I don't know if he just may have spun from the dirty air. It doesn't look like he has front end plate wing damage there. So it looks like he'll be fine. Just might have a little bit hot tires. Now Bishop's Finger driving is going to get a drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car. But I haven't seen any VSCs. Oh, what is going on here with that? Take a look at some penalties here. What is going on? Now we have maybe a Ferrari or Alfa Romeo off. It is going to be Laquito Jaja in the Alfa Romeo. So we have yellows in Sector 2 and Sector 3 here. A little bit in both. Unfortunately for him, his race is over at lap 17. So at lap 18, after it looks like we got some stops done. Yep, so everybody's at least got one stop in. We'll take a look at the running orders now. Bishop's Finger picks up another 3 seconds. So Bubbers leads with Tilmo in P2. Tilmo carries a 3-second time penalty with C. Burton in P3. He's also carrying a 3-second time penalty. Headboy in P4, Leclerc in P5 who's carrying a 6-second time penalty. Felipe in P6 carrying an 11-second time penalty. Estrada Bad Boy in P7, Bishop's Finger in P8 carrying a 3-second time penalty. Silva in P9 carrying 11 seconds. The Mad Menace, who has made a mistake, finding out again about turn 8. Speed Lucid goes by and takes over P10. Mad Menace falls to P11 and he's carrying 13 seconds of time penalties here. Looks like we have Leclerc all over the back of Padboy here for P4. Definitely going to have a tire advantage. Elmo is on the soft tire. That's right, he went from medium to soft, so he should be able to carry through. Here we go, onto the start straight. Bad Boys went super defensive. Leclerc got the DRS as we go into turn 1. Is he going to hold it? Yes, he is. As Leclerc now takes over P4. Leclerc started on the medium tire, so he's not going to have to pit again either. So watch out for Tilmo and Leclerc at the end. Bubbers needs to do what he can do on his softs to pull the gap, because when he pits, he's got to be far enough ahead that he can pit and come back out. So he's got to pull out a full pit stop gap. So he's got his work cut out for him, that is for sure. Looks like we have Leclerc starting to pull away just a little bit there because he does have the softs on Padboy. Burton still holding strong in P3. He does carry a penalty with him. Leclerc resets the fastest lap time with a 1:19.168 for the Alfa Romeo driver. So very solid drive from him. Now we have a couple of hard runners here. We got Silva, Bishop's Finger, all right here. And that's got to be Bubbers that's coming around to put a lap on these two drivers here. So they're going to have to move out to the side here and let him go by. So unfortunately their little battle is going to have to wait, as Bishop's Finger is within the DRS. But if they don't move out of the way for the leader within three lights they come by, they will be penalized. Bishop's Finger could not use DRS to his advantage to get by Silva there. Bubbers is going to go by to lap his teammate and go by Silva. Now Bishop's Finger is going to take the opportunity to blow by Silva as he had to slow down for the leader. Silva looked down the inside of the hairpin, but nothing doing there. So he had to just fall back in line. Bubbers has now opened out his lead to 12.9. Starting to come through the field itself. Felipe is definitely out in the middle of nowhere by himself. Not within throwing distance of anybody. And And Estrada Bad Boy has made a mistake. Did he make a mistake going into the pits here? We're going to have to ride with Bishop's Finger to see if we can see. May have happened. Let's take a look. Should be on our right. Yes, he did. He did. As it looks like Bubbers has went in. Try to Bad Boy is definitely made a huge error. As you can see right there on the right, going into the pit entry. So Bubbers has took his time to come in. Yes, he's going to have to get the medium tire on. Doing the two pit stop strategy here might have not been the fastest way to go, as now Bubbers had to give up the lead and he has fallen to P5, and he only will have 11 laps to catch the leaders, but his tires will be faster and he has no penalties. So let's see how this works. Bad Boy's got a lot of laps on those mediums. I don't know if he'll be able to carry that to the end or not. Don't really know how long these tires will last. Haven't got to do a dry race here. Personally, it's been wet for me. So I'm kind of in the unknown here myself. Tilmo just picked up the 3 seconds, but it's not going to matter as far as P2 and P3. They also have 6 seconds in time penalties. So for these three, it's who can finish in front of who. So as of right now, as long as Bad Boy, and he's going to have to dive into the pits, those old mediums will probably go to softs, but stay fifth and come out in fifth, I do believe. But he won't have but 10 laps to try to bridge that gap. Start cutting into it. It's not going to leave him a lot of time. Just doing that pit stop, he will fall behind Bubbers, who's P4. 24 seconds. Not a fan myself, so as it would stand, Bubbers might win? Is he 6.1 behind Leclerc? No, he wouldn't win just yet. Not even 6 seconds of Leclerc, let alone Burton or Tilmo. So Tilmo's doing still a very good job here. As we look at the tire life, not exactly the life, but how many laps each tire has on them. Tilmo, lap 24 of 33 with 9 laps remaining here. He's looking very good with that medium to soft strategy with only 7 laps. I don't think this track is that abrasive, so he should be able to go the rest of the way quite easily. And Leclerc, he's had to pit as well. So Tilmo can just keep pumping in the laps and be consistent. He can pick up his first win of the season here. This would be a great drive from the AlphaTauri driver here. It'd be a great strategy call as well. And you got Burton on the medium tire. It's kind of floating around the 2-second mark on the interval. He does have the harder tire on. Will there be a drop-off period? I don't think it's going to be. There is a drop-off period on the softs. I don't think it's going to be like a cliff drop-off. I think it's just going to be gradual. So 8 laps to go. Tilmo just needs to make sure he stays out of the DRS range of Burton. Might be able to pull in his first win here. Bubbers in P3. He has got to get a move on to get within those 6 seconds of at least Burton. He's 6.7 behind him right now. So he only needs to go in by 7/10, but to catch Tilmo, he's going to have to knock a little bit more time than that off. That's for sure. So after 25 of 33 laps, let's go ahead and give a quick rundown of the running order here. As we have Tilmo still leading in P1 here, Burton in P2, Bubbers in P3, Leclerc in P4, Pedboy in P5, Felipe P6, Bishop's Finger in P7 here, TD Silva in P8, B Lucid P9, and the Mad Metis rounds out the top 10 here, the McLaren driver. It will just kind of ride here at the front unless something tragic goes on, because the race is going to be here with the top 3. Now Bubbers looks like he has pulled in that window of the 6 seconds of Burton, and he just set the fastest sector 3 time. So Bubbers is starting to get a move on it, and he looks like he's still, I would say, just over 7 seconds back of Tilmo. 7 laps to go here. Yeah, it looks like if I can do my math right, it's going to be about 7.3 to 7.4 seconds back of Tilmo. So he's got about a second, right at a second and a half to make up. Get in the 6 seconds of Tilmo and still snatch victory away, even though he did a 2-stop strategy here. As Felipe has jumped in the pits as well, and it looks like he's having, and Leclerc, he is, looks like turn 8 got him. Unfortunately, that horrible turn 8. Now, if the safety car comes out, that is bad news for Tilmo and Burton when they have the penalties, because that will bunch the field up, and that would be what Bubbers would definitely want here. So we wouldn't have to work so hard trying to reel in the top 2. So Leclerc's car is already been moved, so we're not going to have a an SC or even a VSC at this point. We do have Tilmo up front. Burton is still within about that second range, getting it down to about 1.6. So he's not knocking it down too much. I mean, he was around 1.9 to 2, now it's like 1.7. So if there is a drop off, you know, I don't think the sauce will drop completely off a cliff. It'd be a gradual, slow drop off. It's not a very abrasive track, in my opinion. Burton actually now is within 1.2 seconds. Tilmo might have made a slight mistake here, and he's actually got to get a move on it because Bubbers is coming. If he gets within 6 seconds of both of them, he will snatch victory here. So penalties can punish you, that is for sure. Now Burton has gotten within the DRS range, and as Bubbers is within 6 seconds of both of them. So as it would stand, Bubbers would take the win. Tilmo would be P2 and Burton in P3. That boy is back in P4, 27.5 seconds behind the top 3. So guys in P1 and 2 don't have to worry about their penalties for much past Bubbers. Bishop's Finger has his own 6 seconds, and Silva has 11. Felipe has a few, and Mad Metis has a few. So Be Lucid, he just hangs in there. Could make up some positions. He goes past the Mad Medicine, takes P8 while we're watching. Here we are. Back up front, and Tilmo, oh my gosh, he spins and makes a mistake. Burton takes the lead. Bubbers goes into P2, and I feel for Tilmo, who had been leading so much of this race, had the tire advantage, and just lost it there somehow into turn 1 and 2. But he still can hold on for a podium. That would be a great thing to see. Of course, Bubbers don't want to leave the win to penalties. You definitely always want to overtake the car in front of you, just in case the penalties get removed. So don't never leave it to chance there. That the penalties will let you win. Everybody ghosted here. It's hard to tell who's in front of who here. So Burton is taking the lead, but he has 6 seconds in penalties, and here comes Bubbers on the fresher medium tires. He's only 1.6 seconds back with 3 laps to go, so can he really win? And Tilmo is going to pit. Will he give up his P3 to Ped Boy? Doesn't look like he did anything to his wing. Might be trying to take the fastest lap away and keep P3 so he can get maximum points. So that would be the thing to do here. Let's see if he's going to come out in front. No. Ped Boy, there he goes by the Ferrari driver. So Tilmo is going to come out only 1.7 seconds behind. And he's going to have 3 laps to track him down to take back his P3. And I'm thinking would be his first podium of the season. Back up front with Burton in the Aston Martin. Can Bubbers in the Red Bull, who is our championship standings leader here, as Burton the fill-in. So with 2 laps to go, Bubbers is just about within the DRS of Burton, as he does have about 6 laps fresher, newer mediums. And Burton just picked up another time penalty. He has 9 seconds. Don't have to worry about dropping below P2 with penalties. He does if he puts it into the barriers or if he spins it. As long as he keeps it on the track, he will have a solid P2, and Bubbers is all over the gearbox now. As Burton gets a little swiggly, Burton's going to have a good, Bubbers going to have a good run on Burton. As they go into turn 15. Up the hill, start, finish straight. He's going to hit the DRS. It should be an easy pass for Bubbers going down into turn 1, and it will be. But can he make it stick? Burton's going to try to fight back. Don't want to give this up. Go into turn 3 at the hairpin. Now the tricky uphill left of turn 4. You can't go completely flat out, as you will get some oversteer, that's for sure. Come down into turn 4. Burton's still all over the gearbox. Tilmo, he's wanting back that P3 from Ped Boy. So we hit the penultimate lap. So we do have some battles going on, and oh no, Tilmo picks up another 3 seconds. So not only does he have to pass Ped Boy, He's got to pull 9 seconds on him, and he does have the move, and he looks like he's gonna. No, oh, he cuts back across, but he's gonna hold it. Ped Boy really doesn't need to do anything. I don't see any driver in about a lap and a half pulling out 9 seconds. So it's good. Ped Boy, don't fight it too hard. Yeah, don't fight it too hard. You know, don't make a mistake. Of course, you want to finish in front of them. Now Bubbers has pulled out a 5-second lead here. Burton. Why is Burton riding in 8th gear here? Is he trying to conserve fuel? Is he out of fuel? Exactly. What is going on here? It looks like it might oddly be working, as it was 3-second gap, and Burton's got it back down to 3.3. And that will be the finish as Bubbers comes across to win. Burton in P2 and Tilmo hang on to P3. I don't think he's going to be able to pull out the 9-second gap on Ped Boy. I think that would have been Tilmo's first podium. So it looks like now Ped Boy will finish P3, Tilmo P4. Because now we have a battle for P5. I don't think so. It's the Mad Menace has been lapped. Bishop's Finger just needs to keep it on the track here. And Silva in that daunting turn 8 fortunately makes an error. Be Loose is going to cross the start finish and finish P8. I think the Mad Menace will be the next, so he'll finish in P9. Bishop's Finger take the P5. Felipe will take P6. And here comes TD Silva. As I think it started with him for him in quali, unfortunately. Breaking out and having to start at the back, but he does come in and get a solid P7. So, super race by everybody, as TD Silva will take the driver of the day as he went from last to 7th. Very good race, a lot of different strategies. And, you know, it's just what strategy can you make work? What's going to be better for you? And I think we saw that. We had some medium to soft, soft to medium, and then we had a soft medium. So, what you can make work, best strategy. So, after Circuit Day Portimao in Portugal, Bubbers 420 will take the win here in Portimao with Burton in P2, followed by Ped Boy in P3, Tilmo P4, Bishop's Finger P5, Felipe P6, TD Silva P7, Be Lucid P8, the Mad Menace P9, and Leclerc will round out the top 10, followed by Estrada Bad Boy, Liquido, Jaja, and the Doberman 57, 11th, 12th, and 13th, all receiving DNFs. And I am AR Switchback. Thanks for watching, and until next time, Peace.